Okay, so today is my very first video, and I'm going to just be applying some makeup because I am not 22 and I need makeup. So this is Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation with an SPF of 15 in it. I could have used that 20-something years ago. Stay out of the sun, that's all I'm saying. I'm going to apply a few dots here and there. And I'm doing this video just as a tester to see if anyone over the age of 30 is interested in putting some makeup on. And you know, it's kind of easy to get out of the house and it's realistic. I did not use a primer. I've never used a primer. Oh, that's not true. I have used a primer and I felt like I was wearing 22 pounds of makeup. I don't feel like it made the makeup stay on. I felt like it caked it up, so I don't use it anymore. If anyone has any good suggestions on a on a primer, let me know. I've always had a little bit of trouble with my skin. It's blotchy and not perfect by any means. And if there's any wrinkles, I do try to fight that a little with Mother Nature and the rest with a little help from some cosmetic friends. I am totally for that and not against it. I think if it makes you feel good and you're not hurting anyone, then you should go for it. Take it out of the kids' college funds. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I didn't do that. Anyway, enough with the ums. A little red over here. And I've been told that's like a hormonal thing, but I don't know. Could be. I'm in an unfinished closet doing my makeup. This is really low base. The brush I'm using is a mineral powder brush by Sephora, but I like it because it's kind of thick and it doesn't eat up all the makeup like the sponges, and you can clean it in about 30 seconds and it comes clean. And then let's see, I think we're pretty good and blended. You can do this. Makeup usually takes about 10 minutes for me to do from start to finish. Sometimes you can do it in 6, just depends. I don't use powder because it definitely makes me look older than what I am. But I do have a product by Bobbi Brown. It is a corrector. I use a medium to dark bisque. I don't use it all the time, but I do use it quite often. And it really, really, really helps with any under eye darkness you have going on. Again, if this video gets any sights or any hits, I promise I'll get better lighting. But until then, I'm not going to invest a dime. Okay. So you can use a brush and be really fancy. I used to use a brush. They recommended, of course, because they could sell the brush by Bobbi Brown, and it was called Touch Up. Has a little white tip. But I found I used too much of the product, and if you actually look at any Bobbi Brown videos, she tells you the best tools to use in makeup are your fingers. So that's what I'm going to use. But I have tried both. And I do prefer using my hands as tools for the most part. And I get in the corners where it gets a little dark. This really does make a huge difference, making you look more alive. Okay, and all that good stuff. Obviously you're alive, you know what I mean. Second step is, let's see, it's a creamy concealer, it's natural color, and then it comes with a sheer finish pressed powder in yellow. And you use both. You don't have to use the powder. I do because it does set it in, and it really doesn't cake up or get in the cracks and make you look ancient. You don't need a lot of it, and a little goes a long way. Just look for the dark spots. Sorry for the Rhode Island accent. And again, same technique. Super hard, I know. I'm just kidding. You can also apply the other concealer that I used, the first one, to the top of your lids, because I know as we get older, those get red and veiny, which is super not pretty. I am going to use the powder just to set those under eyes a little bit. And again, another Bobbi Brown brush, and it's called an eye blender. There's no numbers, but that's what it's called. And if you just pat it on and kind of set that in so it doesn't move around. Okay. And I also set it on the top lid, which, like I said, I normally do use the other concealer on top of, but I kind of skipped that step today, and that's okay. And again, don't be afraid. It really doesn't kick up, and it just sets it. Okay, next up, I'm going to use an eyeliner, and it's been used quite a lot. It's just black. It's by Aveda. I'm going to sharpen it though because it's kind of dull right now. Excuse my neck if it doesn't always look good. We're working on that. Okay, I do line underneath the waterline, and I find that it really makes my eyes a little more interesting to look at. Okay, I'm going to pause right here and get the other eye done because you don't need to see that twice.